good day and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Diary TV. Of course, I remain your humble host, Divine Favor, A. Barber. Yes, on to today's segment, I bring you a very interesting topic. Of course, Victor Osimhen's Premier League transfer saga. Welcome back to the channel, Football Fanatics. Buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into one of the hottest transfer stories lighting up the football world. Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian superstar, and his potential move to the Premier League. This saga has everything: big money bids, top club battling it out, and a player whose career could be about to hit new heights. Yes, if you are as obsessed with transfer dramas as I am, you are in for a treat. We are going to unpack which Premier League giants are chasing Osimhen, how Napoli's valuation is shaping the deal, what this move could mean for his career, how his tie fit the interested clubs, and when we might finally get that official announcement. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and ring the bell. We've got a lot to cover, so let's kick off. Yes, Victor Osimhen. Just saying his name gets pulses raising. The 26-year-old striker, of course, has been tearing it up for Napoli and now Galatasaray on loan, and his performances have made him the talk of the town. From Lagos to the bright lights of European football, Osimhen's journey is the stuff of dreams, but the next chapter, it could be his biggest yet. Premier League clubs are circling like sharks, and the rumors mill is in overdrive. So, let's start with the burning question: who is actually made a move for him? Yes, let's get straight to it. Who's throwing their hat in the ring for Victor Osimhen? The Premier League is the promised land for many players, and Osimhen's no exception. He's been open about his dream to play in England, and it seems like some of the biggest names in the game are ready to make that dream a reality. Now, while the rumor mill has linked him to half the league at one point or another, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, you name it. Recent reports suggest that two clubs have stepped up with official offers, and those clubs, Arsenal and Manchester United. Yeah, this just got spicy. Arsenal under Mikel Arteta have been building a squad that's young, hungry, and ready to compete for titles. They've got flair in midfield, still in defense, but up top, they've been crying out for a clinical number 9. Gabriel Jesus is a workhorse, but his goal tally hasn't always matched his effort. And Kai Havertz, while versatile, isn't a natural-born striker. Enter Osimhen. Reports indicate Arsenal have tabled a bid in the region of 70 million euros, though some sources claim they are prepared to push closer to 80 million euros with add-on. It's a bold move, but it shows how serious they're about to land in a game-changer. Now Manchester United, the other heavyweight in this fight. United attacks has been, let's be honest, a bit of a mess. Rasmus Højlund is a promising talent, but he's young and needs support. Joshua Zirkzee hasn't quite hit the ground running, and United's goal-scoring woes have been painfully obvious. New manager Rúben Amorim is reportedly a huge fan of Osimhen, seeing him as the spearhead for revitalized Red Devils. Their offer, rumored to be around 65 to 70 million euro, though they're dangling the possibilities of player swaps to sweeten the deal. Names like Marcus Rashford have been floated, but that's probably just chapter. Of course, Rashford a United boy through and through, but here's where it gets murky. While Arsenal and United are the ones confirmed to have made official bids, other clubs are looking. Chelsea, for instance, have been linked to Osimhen for ages. Enzo Marquez's size, of course, have been a stacked squad, but Nicholas Jackson, inconsistency, and Christopher Nkunku's injury issues mean they could still use a proven goal scorer. Liverpool too are also in the conversation, especially with Darwin Núñez's erratic finishing raising questions about their long-term striker options. No official bids from those two yet, but don't rule them out, they're watching closely. So that's the lay of the land. Arsenal and Manchester United are leading the charge with bids on the table, but this is the Premier League. Expect twists and turns. Which club do you think Osimhen would suit best? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to hear what you reckon. Yes, up next, Napoli's valuation and the negotiation game. Now let's talk money, because when it comes to transfers, it's not just about who wants the player, it's about who can afford him. Napoli, Osimhen's parent club, have a reputation for playing hardball, and they're not about to let their star man go on the cheap. So what's their asking price and how is it shaping these negotiations? Back in the year 2023, Napoli slapped a €130 million release clause on Osimhen after he fired them to the Serie A title. That was peak Osimhen mania: 26 goals in the league, African Footballer of the Year, 8 in the Ballon d'Or. Clubs like PSG and Chelsea backed the prize, and of course even Saudi clubs who were throwing silly money around couldn't tempt Napoli. But fast forward to 2025 and things haven't changed. Of course, it does have changed. Osimhen is on loan at Galatasaray. His relationship with Napoli is frustrating at best, and of course that release clause, it's come down significantly. Reports suggest Napoli are now willing to let him go for around 75 million euros, potentially dropping to 70 million euros. With the right deal structure, that's a bargain compared to 2 years ago, but it's still a hefty sum in today's market, especially with financial fair play rules tightening belts across Europe. Of course, Arsenal bid, as we mentioned, is close to that bump. Yes, which puts them in a strong position. Manchester United offers is reportedly a bit lower, and they're trying to bridge the gap with add-ons and creative accounting. But here's the kicker: Napoli aren't budging yet. They know Osimhen's value on the pitch, and they're banking on a Biden war to drive the price up. Other clubs like Liverpool and PSG haven't made official move, but they're reportedly prepared to meet Napoli's valuation if they decide to jump in. Chelsea, meanwhile, are of course hesitant word in their wary of Osimhen's wage demands, which we'll touch on later. The negotiation game is a chess match, and Napoli is holding most of the pieces. They've already got Lukaku leading their attack, so they're not desperate to keep Osimhen, but they're not giving him away either. If Arsenal or United want to seal the deal, they will need to dig deep or hope a rival blinks first. This valuation dance also raises questions about the market. Is 75 million euros fair for a player of Osimhen caliber? Compared to, say, Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe, it's a steal, but injuries and his Napoli fallout have cooled his stock a bit. What do you think? Too much, too little, or just right? Let me know below. Yes, up next, what does this mean for Osimhen's career? Let's zoom out for a second and of course think about Victor Osimhen, the player, the person, the story. This transfer isn't just about money or clubs, it's about a young man from Nigeria who fought his way to the top and now stands at a crossroads. What could a move to the Premier League mean for his career, and how might it shape his development? Of course, Osimhen is already a superstar, Serie A champion, top scorer, African Footballer of the Year. He's got the medals to prove it, but at 26, he's entering his prime. And the Premier League is a whole new beast. It's the most competitive league in the world, where every game feels like a cup final and the spotlight is relentless. If he joins Arsenal or Manchester United, it's not just signing a contract, he's signing up for pressure, expectation, and the chance to become a global icon. For his career, this move could be a rocket booster. Imagine him leading the line, of course, for Arsenal, banging in goals at the Emirates and helping them lift their first Premier League title since 2004, or picture him at the Old Trafford restoring Manchester United's glory days with a 20-goal season. The Premier League's global reach will put him a bigger stage than ever before. And with his charisma, have you seen his max celebration? He'll be a fan favorite in no time. But it's not all roses. The Premier League's physicality and pace could test him in new ways. Osimhen had injury issues in the past, shoulder problems, hamstring niggles, and the English schedule, with its packed winter fixtures, doesn't mess around. Plus, there's this mental side. If he joins United, for example, and they keep struggling, the fans and media can turn fast. Just ask, of course, Jadon Sancho or Attorney. Osimhen's got a strong mentality, but adapting to a new country, new league, and of course new expectations will be a challenge. On the flip side, staying at Galatasaray or moving to a less intense league like Saudi Arabia, which he turns down before, might not push him to his full potential. The Premier League is where he can test himself against the best, grow as a player, and maybe even chase the Ballon d'Or he's been tipped for. His development hinges on the right fit, though, which brings us to our next segment. How does he actually match up with these club styles? Yes, up next, Osimhen's fit with Premier League playing styles. Yes, alright, let's get ready for a minute and break down Victor Osimhen's game. What makes him special? And how does he fit with the playing styles of Arsenal and Manchester United? This is where the transfer saga gets really juicy, because it's not just about signing a player, it's about signing the right player. Osimhen is a strikers, pace, power, aerial dominance, he's got a lot. He's at 6'1", he's a beast in the air, winning headers like it's his day job. His movement of the ball is razor sharp, always sniffing out space in the box, and when he gets a chance, he's clinical. Just look at his 26 goal season in Serie A. Guy doesn't miss much, but he's not perfect. His link-up play can be hit or miss, and he's not the kind of forward who drops deep to dictate play like a hurricane. He's a finished predictor, and he needs service to shine. Now let's start with Arsenal. Michael Arteta's system in all is about control, high pressing, quick transition, and overloading the box. Osimhen's pressing is relentless, which fits Arteta's demand for intensity without the ball. His ability to make runs behind defenders with stretch opposition backlines, creating space for wingers like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. The issue, of course, Arsenal's build-up is intricate, and Osimhen's hold-up play isn't his strongest suit. He needs players like Martin Odegaard feeding him pinpoint passes to maximize his impact. If he adapts, though, he could be the missing piece in their title puzzle. Manchester United, on the other hand, are a bit of a wild card. Under Amorim, they are shifting to a more structured 3-4-3 setup with wings, backs bumping forward and a high defensive line. Osimhen's pace will thrive in those counter-attacking moments, and his physicality, of course, bully Premier League centre-backs. United midfield with players like Bruno Fernandes could supply him with the kind of direct balls he loves. The downside, United chaos of the pitch could disrupt his rhythm, and the inconsistent wing play might leave him isolated. He needs Amad Diallo or Alejandro Garnacho to step up big time. Comparing the two, Arsenal feels like a better tactical fit, more stable, more cohesive, but United's raw ambition and history might appeal to Osimhen's hunger for a challenge. Outside of these two, Chelsea's high-octane, chaotic style and suits his explosiveness, but their reluctance to meet these wages is a hurdle. Liverpool's generous person on their end slot would demand even more from his work rate. Though his finishing could elevate their attack, it's a tough call. Who do you think he'll click with most? Hit the comments with your take. When will we know transfer timelines and announcement? Yes. So we've covered the who, the how much, the why, and the how. Now let's talk when. When can we expect this transfer saga to wrap up? And when might we see Victor Osimhen holding up a Premier League shirt? Of course, spoilers alert, it's not going to happen overnight. Osimhen is currently unknown at Galatasaray and he's been crystal clear. He stayed until the end of the season. That puts a January move off the table, which is a blow for Arsenal United, who could use him now. Galatasaray are loving life with him, by the way. 9 goals and 4 assists in 9 games as of early 2025. They've even got a clause to make this move permanent. But most experts think that's a long shot. He's heard team set on the Premier League. Come summer 2025, that's when things will heat up. The transfer window opens in June, and with Napoli's valuation dropping to 70 to 75 million euro, clubs will be ready to pounce. Arsenal and United bids are already in, but expect others to join the race. Liverpool, Chelsea, maybe even Tottenham, if they're feeling spicy, negotiations could drag on, especially if Napoli play hardball or if Osimhen's camp pushes for a bumper contract. He's reportedly asking for 10 to 12 million euros a year, which is around 200,000 euros a week. Big money, even for the Premier League. Oh my God. My God says we will see movement by mid-July. Clubs like to get their Mercury signing done early for preseason, and Osimhen's not the type to let the deal linger. An official announcement could come by late July or early August. Assuming no last-minute hitches, Of course, football unpredictable. Remember how long the Jadon Sancho saga took? Keep your eyes peeled on social media for those. Here we go. Tweets from the big transfer groups. Of course, yes. And there you have it, folks. The full lowdown on Victor Osimhen Premier League transfer saga, from Arsenal United official bid to Napoli's valuation cheese game, from his career-defining season decision to how he'll fit in England. We've covered it all. This story got me buzzing, and I know you were just as excited to see where Osimhen lands. Will be light up and, of course, the Emirates restore Old Trafford's raw, or maybe surprise all with a curveball move? Well, only time will tell. Thanks for tuning in, you absolute legends. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a thumbs up, share it with your mates, and subscribe for more football content. Let me know in the comments, where do you want Osimhen to go and why? Until next time, stay passionate, stay football crazy, and I'll see you in the next video. Of course, we remain Diary TV. Peace out.